Okay, Bonnie, so this video is for you. I've been wanting to do it for the last couple days. I think I got a virus or something. I've been having like severe cramping, and I don't go through the cycle like most women do, so uh, it must be a virus. So anyways, I've decided to just bear through the pain and get this video done and get my craft room cleaned up again. So anyways, Bonnie wanted everyone to show their cross stitch work in progresses, and also their kits or their books or whatever cross stitch related stuff that you happen to have to show. So, and Bonnie, this project is especially for you. It's my very first completed cross stitch project, and I did it all for you. And I'm gonna have to zoom in because it's really tiny. Okay, we'll see if I have it centered. Are you ready for the unveiling, Bonnie? Are you sure? I'll zoom in a little bit more if you still can't see it. Okay. Ta-da! I made you an ornament. Okay, so I decided to to do this. My mother had to have gotten it for me because I surely would have never purchased it for myself. It's just not something I would have bought. My mom had bought me this, and I suppose I should zoom out now so that you guys don't have trouble seeing. My mom had bought me this colonial mini bib tie-on kit. And I felt like such a failure when I started this because the piece of Ada that it came with, I thought I had gotten dumber since the last project that I had started, you know, because I had told you about that butterfly. I think I had told you about the butterfly project I had started and, you know, had tossed to the side because I didn't want to deal with it. I thought I had gotten dumber because every time I'd stick the needle through the Ada cloth, all the other holes above it would like disappear. And so then I was trying to like make my own hole in the Ada cloth, and I wasn't sure if the hole was being made in the right place, and then it kind of dawned on me that it was probably like 22 count Ada or, you know, or something like that. So I got some cross stitching advice from an experienced cross stitcher, my mother, and I decided to do it on 14 count Ada, which worked better. And the instructions called for one strand, and I just did 2 strands since I was using a bigger count. And then I couldn't find any white 14 count Ada, so I did it on baby blue. I figured you wouldn't mind. And yeah, I lost the little piece of Ada that came with the kit. I also lost a couple of other things that came with the kit, like all of the thread. I don't know how I lose these things, but they just disappear. It's like they get up and walk away. And anyways, the back was a horrible mess on this. I would not have gotten first place on if I entered this as like a project to, you know, be entered for techniques, because it was a hot mess in the back, but I figured, you know what, you'd be looking at the front. My mom was poking fun at me because the back looked like a giant rat's nest, but I told her I didn't care because the front looked good. And I kind of freehanded the little branches the bird is on because I could not find the branches on the pattern. Like, the branches just blended right in with the grid. And I kind of just made some bunny ears with this cheap plastic ribbon. On this it shows like a triple bow. They didn't give me nearly enough ribbon to do the bow. And then I put a button there. And I drilled a hole in this and made it into an ornament because I wanted to. I mean, what else would you do with a tiny broom? So anyways, Bonnie, there is my one and only finished, however small it is, tiny cross-stitch project, all for you. And I did it just for you. I know you're just amazed right now, but try and stay with me right now. Okay, so here's the one. Dang, spent 6 minutes talking about a tiny broom. Okay, here's the one butterfly ornament, or yeah, I guess it would be an ornament because it's so tiny that I started. This was the very first time I attempted cross stitch. Here's my two mistakes with this. One, I chose my first project. I chose a pattern that I never liked to begin with. I think even if you've never cross stitched before, you need to find a pattern that you really like. Because if you don't like it, there's going to be no motivation. Which, there's no motivation to do this butterfly. Because I've never liked it. I picked it because I thought, oh, it's small, it'll be easy. But I don't want to do it. I never liked it. And I think after doing this tiny bird, I think, because this is how much I've gotten done on the butterfly, not very much. I think the second thing I learned is how much I hate the quarter stitch. On this bird, I did a lot of 3/4 stitches, and those were just fine. It's not like I can't do the quarter stitch, it's that the quarter stitch always looks wonky and the space never looks filled in. So I think I'm just going to do it my own way if I so choose to finish this butterfly and do 3/4 stitches wherever it calls for the quarter stitch, because I just don't like the way the quarter stitch is looking. Yep, I've got that one. And I do have a lot of things in storage that I can't show you. I'm just showing you what I don't have in storage. Okay, so then I have this. I got this free from the antique store I used to go to. This is someone else's handiwork, not mine. This is a full 6-stranded piece of floss. They didn't separate the floss, so I was gonna pull all this out one day when I felt motivated and kind of just try it, you know. I've never done anything like this, but you can't. I don't know, I just figured I figured it'd be the perfect opportunity to try something like this, since how it was free and I didn't pay nothing for it. So, and I get floss for a really good deal. I get 8 skeins for $1 at the Old Time 5 and Dime. So, so yeah, I've got that. It's got some staining on here, and I think my mom told me that the pattern washes out. I'm not sure if it does or not. So I don't want to wash it until I get done stitching it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, I got this from Walmart, I think before Christmas last year, when they were trying to get rid of all their clearance stuff so that they could make room for all their Christmas crap. And so I got this for 50 cents. And I'm actually really excited about this. I don't ever plan to do patterns more than one time, but I figured I would keep the patterns to these bookmarks because it would be really fun to do them for like friends, or, you know, I could let my friends pick whatever flower they wanted, or what, you know, what their favorite color was, you know, and then do the month and whatever flower they chose, and then do a bookmark. So I'll definitely be keeping the patterns to these, but definitely like the bird and the stupid butterfly, I won't be keeping the patterns to those. I've got this Happy Mother's Day. I paid 50 cents for it. This is, I'm actually going to start this one relatively soon. Yeah, because I want to do that for my mom for Mother's Day. And then this is a dog ornament. The dog is black. It's a Scottish Terrier, so that you'll really be able to see it. I think I paid 50 cents for that too. Oh, and there was one more thing I was going to show you. Let me see if I can, I forgot it out by my computer. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is a pattern that I want to do maybe after I've done a couple more small ones to build up my confidence. And I want to do this for one of my aunts for Christmas. So, and then the other cross-stitchy thing that's like cross-stitch, but it's not like cross-stitch at all, that I have here that I'd like to do is this latch hook kit. That's the pattern right there. I had gotten this from my, still kind of hard for me to talk about, my former best friend of 15 years. Her stepmother gave this to me probably about a year and a half ago. And this is how much my former best friend had gotten done on it. So I would like to finish the cat picture. And I actually bought the latch hook. I've watched all kinds of latch hook videos on how to use a latch hook, but I'm such a hands-on kinetic learner that I cannot learn by like visually seeing something 50% of the time. I have to learn hands-on. So my mom said she knows how to use the extremely simple latch hook tool, which I've experimented with, and I've watched all kinds of videos, and I've, you know, people have shown it very well in videos, but I'm apparently dumb as a doornail and can't seem to figure it out. So once I'm in the mood to do this, I'll have my mom show me how to use the latch hook. I understand how the yarn goes on the grid. I just am having trouble grasping on how this extremely simple tool works. Anyways, I was kind of at a very critical point in my life a few years ago, and I kind of had to cut out the bad people in my life, and I had to cut out the people that brought bad into my life. So, and my best friend was just going down a very bad road, and she had a pretty messed up childhood, and I tried to be there for her, and kind of got to a point where sorry just wasn't good enough anymore, and I don't know. I still love her. I still want to... I'd love to be friends with her again one day. You know, maybe when she's gotten it together a little bit, gotten her life figured out a little bit, how to handle certain situations. But anyways, I'd like to finish that for her, because she left that behind. That was one of the many things she left behind. So, anyways, I guess that's it. I have a cruel yarn kit that I got free from the antique store. I don't know if everything is there or not. It looks pretty complete, but I don't know if it is. That I got free from the antique store that's in storage. I think I've got a couple more cross-stitchy type patterny kits that are in storage. I've got this one thing that's, I don't know what it is. I've asked my mother what it is. She doesn't know what it is, but it's like this muslin fabric, right? And then it's got this colored picture of a Native American girl on it. And then it's got where her beaded jewelry is at the bottom. You know, it's actually got like a pattern for you to stitch on, but it's only this small section where her beaded jewelry is. So I'm not sure what to make of it, because it's a beautiful like colored print on like this muslin fabric. I'm not sure if I'm only supposed to stitch you know, where it has the stitch marks or whatnot. I'll see if I can find it. You know, when we're up at storage unit again. We were only supposed to be living here for 2 months, so I packed away a lot of my craft materials that I just, you know, I figured I wasn't gonna get to, which I probably won't. And we were planning on moving up to Port Townsend, which is 3 hours away from us, and it's even more kind of in the middle of the nowhere, because in Port Townsend they don't allow like corporate businesses to build there, so there's like no McDonald's or Walmart's or, you know, any big corporations. They can't build there, so there's basically nothing there, and that's where we were gonna move to. I don't know if we're gonna move there now. We don't know what we're gonna do. We were only supposed to be here 2 months, and it's been over a year now. Luckily, our family hasn't expressed any desire for us to get out, but I'm sure they're a little itchy to be able to, you know, enjoy the cabin again, especially now that the weather's warming up a little bit. I don't know what we're gonna do. It's just take it one day at a time and not get too depressed while you're taking it one day at a time type of deal. So, anyways, Bonnie, that's all my cross-stitchy type stuff. I'll show you when I get this giant project done. It'll be giant for me, because you know what? Every time I make I put a cross stitch in the Ada cloth, it's like banging my head on the table. It is so boring. And I'm the type of crafter where I get up I'll craft for 5 minutes, and then I'll get up and I'll go watch a YouTube video, and then I'll come back and I'll craft for 5 minutes, and then I'll get up and I'll go watch a YouTube video. And I do that all day when I'm not cleaning or taking care of the animals. And you can't do that with cross stitch. You just sit there and you stitch and you stitch and you stitch. I feel like banging my head against the table while watching my mother stitch. So I think if you're looking for a craft that will give you the least amount of instant gratification, you should definitely pick up cross stitch. I'll talk to you guys later.